Hey there, comic book friends. I'm Travis.
And I'm Ethan.
And this is
Monster Comic Reviews.
That's right, and this is for the third week of August. August 20-something.
Yeah.
Maybe. 19. Something like that.
Yep.
Alright, what are we talking about?
Okay, first up we have Animal Man issue 23.
Reign of Brother Blood. Cool that they reintroduced Brother Blood. He's an old character from Teen Titans. Had a lot of him there. A little bit different twist on him here. Somebody who knows about the red, feels rejected, like he should be the Avatar. Pretty pissed off that he isn't the Avatar. They use some of Buddy's blood to basically kickstart him to give him the connection to the red.
Yeah.
Which of course has disastrous effects because the guy's a total psychopath.
Yeah, he's a psychopath.
He basically wants to just slaughter everything because, well, he's Anton.
Yeah, yep.
He's the equivalent of the monster from the Rod.
Yeah,
so now we're gonna have the red go totally bonkers.
Yeah, they've mentioned it before that it isn't always almost always one of the forces is trying to take over.
Right. But now we're doing it. I don't know.
But now we're doing it.
If we're doing it again, I'm gonna be frustrated because I'm tired of the whole. I mean, the Avatar thing is interesting, but I don't want to be the focus totally of the book. Of course, we get the Buddy, the Buddy Baker part of it, where he's still dealing with the fact that a lot of the internet now thinks that he's a fraud. This is all just a big joke of him trying to get the movie sales and whatnot and all that. Interesting book. Yeah, I don't know that I have tons to say about it beyond that. I mean, it's what's her name? Maxine thinks she's almost to her brother, and then of course everything gets hosed when
it's
she kind of gets rejected from the. Well, she not gets fully rejected from the blood, but from the red. But it's messed up.
Well, yeah, because I mean he's not unlike Buddy Baker, because I assume he's going after Buddy because I mean he does have a connection to the red, and he's known. I mean, people know he's Animal Man. I don't.
Well, he's not really going after.
I don't know how.
Baker's
well,
just
yes,
matter.
but he went after Baker's blood, not Maxine's.
One of the animal guys.
Because he's still connected, right? But unlike him, I'm pretty sure Brother Blood was supposed to be an Avatar, not just.
Not Knight.
Not like Buddy. He was supposed to be like the equivalent of Maxine. So as Maxine kind of gets pushed out of the way with the red, that makes sense because I mean. She still is like what, 4, 5?
Yeah.
So, and he's a full-grown psychopath.
Yeah. Who basically ejects him, and there's some major turncoating going on in this.
Yeah. Totally saw the whole guy with the horns for the face, kind of.
One of the Parliament of the Red
totems kind of guy. I mean, because he was, he was the guy who was like, oh, we shouldn't waste any time with this, let's just find somebody else. I mean, he was always the kind of person.
He wasn't interested in resurrecting Buddy.
He's like, I'm turning. Right, he's like, oh, the red's going to become this great force that's going to pretty much take over everything. It's like, wow, somebody's betraying somebody on the
Well, I'm curious is that but there's only one totem left now. Him.
Yeah.
Right? They slaughtered the others.
Because they killed all the others. Oh, and Socks! Socks is... sorry. I just realized that, though, because I was thinking, oh, dang, well, you're kind of screwed even if you win, because all the totems are messed up, but Socks is a totem.
Technically, yeah.
So...
in a weaker form.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think next issue we get into the new artist, which I'm excited for. So, yeah. But still, good stuff.
Yep.
I would give it a 3.
Yeah, I think I'd give it a solid 3.
Enjoyable book.
Yep.
Okay, next we're going to talk about Batman and Nightwing, Robin, issue 23. What do we think?
Well, I suppose, if you picked up Batman Incorporated like we didn't, I can see how this book would be kind of annoying, seeing as lots of it is just the same panels and pages.
Well, not the same, but they're retelling. They're retelling issue 9 of
Batman Incorporated.
Batman Incorporated, where Damian is killed.
Yeah. I didn't realize that. I don't understand. I don't get why his twin brother is... Okay, first of all, why is he like way bigger than him? And
because they're clones.
Because they're clones?
They're clones.
Okay.
Damien's even a clone. Damien's not actually technically birthed from Talia and Bruce having a relationship, I do not think. I think he's And I don't know, because like I said, we haven't been reading
Mm-hmm.
the thing, but I know that there at the very end of Batman Incorporated, there's all these sacks of little baby potential Damians hanging all over the place. So he's bioengineered, just kind of like I guess Damien is to some degree. Well, that's why he's bigger, stronger.
That makes sense. That's why he's calling him twin. Okay,
Right.
that's cool. I don't know why has the bat thing going on with him. I mean, is that because he's like supposed to kill Batman and take over his mantle or something? Is that
the bat thing?
Is that it? I mean, yeah.
You mean the bigger one?
Yeah, the big nasty clone.
Yeah,
who kills Damien.
Yeah, it's a big old giant insult. I mean, it's
Okay.
just basically throwing everything in the detective's face.
That's what I thought. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure though.
Yeah.
No, I like this issue. Actually, look, Nightwing's in a book, and I actually like it.
Yeah.
And the cover doesn't have him beat to a bloody pulp.
Not really.
That's new.
Yeah.
No, but I like that he stabs the guy. You know, that he is going to kill.
Right.
Because I feel if he just knocked them out, that wouldn't have been as impacting towards Bruce, or would have necessarily driven his point home like it did.
Right. Basically, the premise of the story is Bruce is set in a virtual reality, trying to rework how he could have saved Damien, how he could have changed the outcome.
Which we find out is pretty much impossible.
It seems to be that he by himself cannot do it. Dick logs in with him. Together they defeat the thing and whatnot. And Bruce kind of gets some closure in this issue. I mean, that's really what this one's about, is closure. That was great. I mean, it was enjoyable for what it was. I don't mind them rehashing those pages because, of course, we haven't really. I saw those pages, but you haven't seen those pages. I read it digitally. Really, the best part is the Alfred part. You get to the Alfred part. I think, to me personally, is the best part of it, where you get Alfred, who thinks the whole machine reliving this thing over and over again is an abomination.
Yeah.
But he chooses to use it himself, and he refuses to let Damien go. Because he did. He let Damien walk out the door. And he refuses to do that. And then Bruce realizes just how bad it has hurt Alfred also. Instead of just being so incredibly self-centered that it's all about him. And it's also really fun just to see again another book with basically Damien in it being Damien.
Yeah, exactly.
So really enjoyable. I love these storytellers. Tomasi and Gleason are incredible storytellers. Really interested to see what happens next, because next is the Two-Face stuff starts up. It's now going to be Batman and Two-Face for the next couple issues.
Oh, really?
And Carrie Kelly, right? That's her name. She is somehow associated with Two-Face in some sense or another. She's tied into it, so she will be in the book more based around that. So I'm excited to see what that else going to be, because
cool.
I like Two-Face. Two-Face is
He is a cool
character. So yeah, I would give the book a solid 4.
Really?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I think I just go to a solid 3.
Yeah, maybe it's for me. It's the it's still still pulling on the heartstrings of fatherhood and whatnot.
Yeah, not a parent. So okay, next up we have Batwoman issue 23.
Cool cover, by the way. I don't know. This issue is really weird. Lots of cool art in it, because basically there's still a little bit of bad blood between Maggie and Batwoman about the fact that she's still not adjusting to the fact that she's Batwoman, and as Batwoman, she kind of kicked her ass. She drugged her with fear toxin at some point. So. If she's anything, she's forgiving.
Right,
a day or two before the she's going to go on whatever adventure to try and take out Batman. She stabs herself with the fear toxin herself, and basically goes just to experience what it is that Mags felt, so she can understand.
Yeah.
So we get to see her have lots of crazy dreams, which are interesting. They're interesting and all, but just kind of whatever. That felt to me like filler to some degree.
Yeah.
The interesting part of the story, I think, is the Firebird part of this, because they, and her and Kate Kane's father, they got an operation they're still working on. They're trying to figure out exactly where Elizabeth's at so they can find out where she's at and snatch her while Batwoman's doing the whole mess with Batman thing. They're gonna do this other side ops. So they snatch up that one guy. They snatch up that one guy who you've seen. And they beat the hell out of him, do all this interrogation kind of crap and whatnot. It's kind of interesting how Betty comes up with the idea of how really they should deal with him. That he's. I enjoyed the comic.
Yeah.
I mean, despite the whole fever dream thing.
The fever dream was obviously filler. I mean.
Right, but it was cool though.
Yeah,
it was cool, but this was like it didn't make sense. It was kind of like, okay, that's crazy to hit yourself with that kind of stuff.
I know. She's like
right before you're gonna be going. Right before you're gonna be going into this.
And okay, there's lots of things. I'd never want to face Batman ever. ever. Unless
Yeah.
I was Bruce Wayne and the Batman I was facing was Dick Grayson. In that case, well, obviously I'm Batman and I always win.
Right.
But, you know, but I certainly wouldn't want to go in and face him drugged up on fear toxin.
And even if some residual left over, you know, as she passes through it. I mean, there is some good moments in this, and the fact they reconfirm their love and the fact they are going to be married. So that's cool. That's cool. I hope that stays square and we continue with that. But the next issues coming up are going to be really exciting because I think issue 24 is the one where it's like a half cover. And on one half of the cover, it shows her punching Batman, and Batman's all cocked back like he's taking a serious hit. It's in 4 quadrants. And on the other side is Batman smacking her, and the bottom quadrant is her rocking back like she's just gotten her head taken off. So I'm really excited to see what happens. If there really is a fight, how they deal with it. How does she deal with Batman? I mean, because Batman's a different kind of a cat than what she normally deals with. But I think she's a different kind of a critter than what he normally does.
When we read Batwoman Zero.
Issue 0.
And he's testing her, and she
back
does
in
that
November
weird...
of 2012.
Yeah, when she does that weird flip and kicks him straight in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, well, that's not even real. That's not even a real move. I mean, it hits him right in the face. He's like, I'm not sure I would have blocked that if I had been... You know.
So it's cool, and I'm excited to see that. I still really like the book. Extremely strong book as a whole. I enjoyed the heck out of this one. I give it a very strong 3.
Yeah, I would too.
Okay. Next up, we're going to talk about Birds of Prey, issue 23.
Oh man, this book is so bad. It's just not bad. I guess it's just.
I don't care.
Lame. Yeah.
I don't care. That's the real problem for me with the book is there's nothing in this book anymore to make me care. I like some of the characters, but I don't like them enough to see them go in directions that I just like, whatever.
Honestly, the only character that holds any remote interest at all for me is Strix. I mean...
She doesn't interest me because she doesn't talk, so you don't get anything out of her.
Yeah.
A little bit, I mean, the Google bunch of people's dream sequences here, that was somewhat amusing. So hers was somewhat interesting.
Yes.
Because of course the little balloon blow-up thing. But no, as a whole...
I don't really care.
I don't care.
Yep.
And so we're done reviewing the book.
Okay. Yep.
And I'm going to give it another
Okay, so next up is The Bounce, issue 4.
I'm liking The Bounce. This issue is really interesting because it gets more into the science of how potentially some of these superheroes are being created.
Superheroes, there's like one of them.
Okay, I think he's the only superhero currently.
Yep.
Gets into more of that, the whole singularity. This guy's basically a mad scientist. He doesn't care. And working for the government, obviously sanctioned by the military in some sense. They want some great results. He's not getting the results necessarily they want, it doesn't seem like, but he doesn't care because he knows there's going to be lots of botched things before we reach the amazing thing that it is. And he's kind of an interesting character. I like him. He's a strange cat and really interesting, kind of a corporate scientist kind of a guy. That's I think is very interesting. And, you know, we get our main character.
He's still not that invested in. Slightly more, but
he's decided to go to a psychic, because he just feels like that maybe he should know her, that maybe she's like a real kind of a thing.
And she is.
She is. She at least. I mean, I don't know if she's one of the people that's been powered the same way he's powered.
No.
But she obviously is intuitive to some of his issues that are going on. Plus, he's fighting this big giant mineral kind of a guy that only speaks Spanish. That of course, that's kind of amusing him dealing with the whole language barrier thing as he's trying to. And the guy just looks desperate. By the end of it, he's just like, you can tell he's just like, whatever he's saying, because I don't really speak Spanish.
Neither do I.
Well enough to really understand all of what he's saying.
Exactly.
But he's pretty desperate at the end. It's like, oh man, make it stop or whatever. And of course, they run into a whole bunch of guys that are going to take him down.
Yeah. Like I said, still not invested at all. I don't think that the psychic lady has powers in the same way that he does because she's not the whatever. Because so far everybody is one syllable.
What about the vampire?
Everybody is one syllable, and then a the, because he's the bounce,
the crush,
the crush, and then the vamp.
Yeah, she was cool. I forgot about that part.
Yeah, she's scary.
Yeah.
And I always love it when people are not just your straight up vampires. I mean,
yeah.
Not that I have a problem with straight up vampires, because vampire is awesome. They're straight up vampires, but when they're like emotional vampires,
right?
And
well, in her case,
vampires,
she takes your life force.
Yeah.
Not just touches you. She gets all. She was all white. She's all white and gothic and
nasty, right?
And then she's all rosy cheeked and blonde haired and beautiful, and he's like. He's like don't care if I mean,
it's like
not even. I don't even know if he has enough energy to get a gun and shoot himself.
Yeah, exactly. I
think it's interesting.
Yeah.
Is the comic book completely rocking my socks off? No.
Nope.
I'm going to continue to keep getting it because it's interesting enough. Right now, I'm curious to see what all's going on. So, but I give it a 3.
Yeah, I think I give this all 3 also.
Okay, and lastly for this half, we're going to talk about Justice League Dark, issue 23, part 5 of the Trinity War. Where we play hot potato with Pandora's
box. What? You don't just do that. Wow, some really scary people get their hands on this box, like Wonder Woman.
Yeah, which
that's
is
terrifying.
Yeah.
And then Shazam, who sends a freaking ripple through magic.
What was it say? Yeah, he grabs a hold of it and looks almost quasi Black Adam like. His costume gets partially Black Adam in a way, and that's a beautiful 2-page spread of him grabbing all of it, and then you see this effect on all the magic.
Magic going,
including people on Earth too, because it affects Dr. Fate, including Amethyst, who's in her own reality also. So I mean, Dead Man. I mean, it really hits a whole bunch of people and whatnot.
It hits magic. Period.
Yeah. It even messes with Frankenstein, who you figure probably has the most purest of heart.
I was thinking, if anybody's gonna be able to best Pandora's box, it's gonna be Frankenstein.
But he has a morality to corrupt.
Nope.
Though, I guess.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Exactly. That's what's scary about Constantine.
Constantine gets all of it.
He's like, whatever. It's like.
Because he's morally ambiguous.
It's like,
anyway,
how frightened does that make you of Constantine?
Yeah,
I mean, when the most evil thing ever doesn't affect Constantine, you're just kind of like.
Or you wouldn't know it. It might be affecting him, but you're not going to know it.
Yeah.
He's not going to be all Looney Tunes the same way everybody else is Looney Tunes take over the world. It's my power, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So.
Because he's not a powerhouse like all the other people who are grabbing him.
Yeah. What did you think of the very end of this?
Well, I think it's an interesting idea that Pandora's box is in a box or a prison is a doorway.
Well, they set this whole doorway out by causing this whole incident. I thought it was frustrating. It was really interesting, very exciting, and at the very end you get this guy who goes, comes in and goes,
he annoys me. I'm still not sure what's going on with him because, obviously I know we're not supposed to be, but there's like nothing, I have no idea, period, because he's doing stuff earlier, he's like, only, okay, sure, and it's like, he's like, only if the Joker could see me now, it's like, okay, because he does look Joker-esque, he's wearing purple, he has a white face, he's all smiley, and he has green hair, right? I thought he was the Joker at first, and he's like, if only the Joker could see me now, I'm like, okay.
Right.
And then, was it Martian Manhunter? Somebody tries to communicate him, and they're like, they're like, what even is?
Right.
Okay,
so, I know this because of the internet, that the crime syndicate's going to be in the book, okay? You remember the crime syndicate, right? All the kind of, they're the opposites of all the heroes. Okay, and so we saw in like one of the first issues, not Xanadu is seeing like a future world where everything's kind of devastated. It's the Trinity is there, and it's like their world's destroyed. Blah 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 blah. That wasn't our world. Oh. That was the crime syndicate's world. This guy at the end of the book. Who's like, gee, I wish Joker could see me now. I bet you it's Alfred.
Oh.
From Earth 3 or whatever the crime syndicate world is. He's evil.
Yeah.
He's the evil Alfred helping out. No, not the Joker. The Joker's a hero. Helping out Owlman. Right?
That's cool.
That's who I think it is. From what I know of what the internet has said. That's my suspicion as to what it is and whatnot. Which could be cool or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty suspicious about the whole Trinity War thing now. It's not going to end anything. It's going to end with things being really, really bad, and then we roll into forever evil. As opposed to just ending its own kind of thing.
Yeah, if it turns out that he's evil Alfred, suddenly, any bit of threat that he had at all just completely lost.
Really? I don't know. I think Alfred. I think Alfred's a badass.
Yeah, he is.
So an evil version.
I know, but
okay, whatever. I think it's cool. I'm quite all right with that and whatnot. That's it for this half, right?
Yep.
Anything else you want to say about that book? What do we rate it?
Rate it. Yeah.
Beautiful art.
As always.
Yeah.
I guess I give it a solid 3.
Oh yeah, I do too. Very much enjoying the Trinity War.
Yep.
It's been a good crossover. Okay. See you, everybody.